To our first show, the 4 F's of life. Now, the 4 F's are very important to any good, happy, healthy life. And the 4 F's are family, food, fun, and of course, faith. Now, today we'll be dealing with the food part of the 4 F's. And great news, we went clamming yesterday out into the Hamptons, and we had a wonderful time. We was with the family, so we had fun. It, of course, was a Sunday. So we also had faith, and now we have the food. Now, when you're clamming, you catch a lot of interesting things. One of the things we caught was this monstrosity, which is an oyster. Okay, one of the largest oysters you'll probably find. Now, what's inside of one of these things, you might be asking yourself. Let me show you. Here's what's inside that giant oyster. Now, try slurping that down for size. So now, you're clamming. You leave, it's pretty late, you don't have a clam knife, no worries, I'll show you how to safely use a clam knife to open the clam. Be right back in about 30 seconds. And we're back. So we don't have our clam knife, like I said, but we have this little doohickey knife here, has a very sharp point, so you have to be careful. Now I'm going to show you a safe way of opening the clam without hurting yourself. Here we go. The first thing you want to do is you want to put the clams in the freezer for about 15 minutes. This will help weaken the clams, making it easier for them to be opened. So, we have a clam here. Let's find a nice one. Here we go. We have our knife, not a clam knife, but it'll do. First, we want to place the clam in our hands, like that. Not like this. Don't stab ourselves. Like this. We want to take our knife. We're going to find a nice seam, and we're going to place the blade of the knife, which is not a very sharp knife, along the seam. And it's something like this. In the seam, and we're going to rock this knife back and forth, working it into the clam. Okay? It may take a little while, but that's okay, because eventually you'll have something that looks like this. Okay? You have our knife in the clam. What we're going to do now is, remember, back into the corner, and we're going to work this all the way through until we cut through the muscle of the clam. Once that's done, voila. We have an open clam. We simply we scrape all of the guts to one side of the clam. Now, depending on what you want to do with this clam, you want to just pop that back off, discard of that, and now you rinse this clam under some cold water, and you place it on the plate, and now you have a choice. You can eat it raw, clams on a half shell, with some lemon, and maybe just a little marinara sauce, or you can do what we're going to do today, which is clams, aragonata, and stuffed clams. We'll be back in a few seconds. Wait. Where did I leave off? Okay. So we're finished. We just finished about 120 clams. Here are all the shells, and we saved some shells for the stuffing. Okay, in addition to that, we also have some clams on the half shell that we will be serving aragonata style. And this is all the meat from about 100 clams. Now we do have some small neck clams in the refrigerator that we'll be using to make a nice linguine clam sauce. Now, like I said before, when you go clamming, you find some amusing and amazing things sometimes. This is the fun part of the 4 F's. Here we have a cute little hermit crab. This hermit crab is fun for now, but we'll have to release him back into the wild pretty soon so he doesn't die. And my daughter decided to name him Harry the Hermit Crab. But that's another story. So now we're gonna wash these clam bellies. I'll be right back with you in a few minutes. So now we are finished shucking all our clams. What we did was we cleaned all those clam bellies so you have nice, fresh looking clams here. They're clean, washed to perfection. We have our oyster shell, nice and clean. That's my daughter's souvenir, by the way. And so now we're gonna make a nice stuffing for our clams. My wife likes chunks of clams in her stuffed clams. I like mine to be all mixed up. So we're going to do a combination of both. First we have some fresh parsley. We like fresh ingredients. Here's our fresh parsley. We have our fresh garlic, some Parmesan cheese, our kosher salt, or seasoned breadcrumbs, whole wheat, keeping it healthy. We also have some cooking white wine. We have lemon, and in this bowl we have some melted butter to drizzle over the clams once we are finished. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick demonstration on what my wife likes as far as stuffing her clams. So my wife, she likes little chunks of clams in her shell. So we wash these shells nice and clean and we scrub them. Basically what we do is just place one piece of clam in the shell. What we'll do later is we'll stuff the clams with our stuffing that we're gonna make. Okay, see you guys in about 5 minutes. So into our melted butter for the topping for our baked clams, we're going to add a little trick that I have learned in my years of cooking. We have our melted butter. We're just going to grate a little bit of garlic. This is fresh garlic. We're just going to grate a little bit of that fresh garlic into that nice creamy butter sauce. So we have a nice garlic taste on top. In addition to that, we will squeeze 1/2 lemon into that mixture as well. So we have a nice lemony, buttery garlic mixture. And there we go. It's nice and mixed. Nice, delicious. Start with that. And basically what we're gonna do is whip that mixture together. Now most people like to use olive oil over their stuffed clams. I like to use butter. Everything goes great with butter. And we're gonna mix that in. And then later we'll add a little garlic, a little more garlic, and just a little black pepper on top, just to season. So now we have our nice buttery, garlicky, lemony mixture to go over our grilled clams, or baked clams. In addition to the baked clams, I have a little surprise for you. Nice little treat to help bolster that meaty flavor. We have some fresh peeled deveined shrimp to mix with our clams. We'll put all that into these shells. It's going to be delicious. You're going to have a great time. Wish you were here to try it. See you in a few. So now we're going to begin our mixture. First we start with our parsley. A nice healthy handful of parsley, which is extremely good for you. At our Seder that we have at our church, we usually use parsley, and it's delicious. My kids like to just dip it in some salt water. It is delicious, and it's good for you as well. So we have our parsley in there. We have a nice healthy heaping of garlic cloves, about 6 or 7 garlic cloves goes into that. And then we're just going to blend this together for a few, maybe about 30 seconds to make sure all our ingredients are nice and chopped. So we're going to go ahead and chop our ingredients now. Nice and delicious. To that mixture, we're going to add about a cup of breadcrumbs. There we go. So a couple of breadcrumbs. Get that all mixed together. Looking delicious, by the way. More like fresh garlic, amazing. Now we're going to add our secret ingredient. Many of you who recognize this bottle will know where I bought this from. Those of you who don't know, it'll be a secret. And it's just for flavor, a nice healthy heaping of this delicious flavor that goes into that. And we're going to blend that a little bit more. Let's get all our ingredients blended in. Smells so good. And to that, we'll add about a 1/4 cup of white wine. 1/4 cup of white wine. And we're going to just mixture, we're going to add a half of a lemon. And we're going to squeeze that right into our mixture. Nice and delicious. Now, we're going to continue to mix this till everything's mixed through. Nice and delicious. And I will see you back here in a few seconds. So to our mixture, we're going to add our last two ingredients to our stuffing, which would be just a little bit of kosher salt, not too much, just for taste. Remember, we have clams here and they might be a little bit salty, so we have some kosher salt, and also we have our Parmesan cheese, which is grated fine Parmesan cheese, so it doesn't require a whole lot of blending. That's why it's the last ingredient. So there we have our Parmesan cheese, about a quarter cup of Parmesan cheese, nice cheesy stuffed clams. And we just want to mix that together really quick for about approximately 20 seconds. That should be all done. Once that's finished, take that out. And we're going to put our stuffing mixture into a bowl. And here's what it looks like. It's all clumpy now, which is fine because we will be sure to get this mixture all nice and fluffy. Thank you very much, and I will see you back here in about 30 seconds. Thank you. So finally, what we're going to do is we're going to take our delicious clams. After all, these are the star of the show. We take our delicious clams that was shucked, clean, and now they're going to be all diced up. And we're going to chop these clams along with some shrimp. This is going to help bolster our stuffed clams. So put it in there. Those shrimp smell so sweet, so delicious. And one of the keys to a nice healthy kitchen is you clean as you go. So you'll be seeing these disappear in a few minutes. But now we're just gonna chop our clams and our shrimp. It's a nice mixture. And then once that's finished, we're gonna have shrimp and clams. I'm gonna add that to our stuffing. This is gonna be just delicious. Those nice fresh clams and fresh shrimp all goes into this mixture. Super fantastically delicious. If your kids don't like seafood, just tell them it's a nice fat overcooked cookie with extra crunchy shell, and they can't eat the shell, but they can eat the cookie. And so now we have our mixture. Let's mix all of this together, and as you can see, we have a nice mixture of clam and of shrimp. That's gonna be so meaty and so delicious. We have our lemon in there, we have garlic, we have our secret ingredients. For you, those of you who don't recognize the bottle, we have our Parmesan cheese, and we have this delicious shrimp clam mixture. Okay, to that mixture, we're just gonna add a little more kosher salt, not too much, because remember the Parmesan cheese is also salty. Mix all this together, and every single ingredient is in there except for the black pepper. Now you can use white pepper if you like, but I like black pepper. And you mix it all together. It's nice and delicious. And now we are ready to stuff our clams. Let's remove all of these things. I will be washing soon because my wife is in bed. So now, let's stuff our clams. Here's our mixture. Here's a nice big clamshell. And so what we're going to do is, we're going to stuff this clamshell. Here we go. We have our shell. We have our mixture. We're simply going to stuff this clam with all that delicious clam and shrimp stuffing. Delicious. We'll be back once all these clams are nice and stuffed. Remember, set your oven at 350 so when you're finished, you'll be ready to go. See you in a few. And we're back. We are approaching the home stretch now. We're just about finished. Just a few more things to do, and we'll have baked clams and clams aragonata. So after we stuff our clams, you see our clams are nice and stuffed. All our clams are nice and stuffed. We have smaller clams here, we have the larger clams here. What we're going to do now is we're going to sprinkle some breadcrumbs. Now usually this is where the kids come in, but the kids are in bed. So this is going to be our final step before our clams go into the oven. And we stick some breadcrumbs, and basically what we're going to do is we just want to sprinkle some breadcrumbs over our clams. And it's okay if it makes a nice mess. I'm going to toast these, nice crunchy on top and nice and moist in the middle. And this is going to be super delicious and fantastic. So just about finished doing clams my way, and now we have clams Mommy's way with chunks of clams on the inside. Need some more breadcrumbs. So finish, and some more breadcrumbs on those clams. So you can see that nice rich green color from the parsley and the nice fleshy pink color from the clams and the shrimp. That's going to be delicious. And the thing about baked clams is often they add way too much breadcrumbs. You have more breadcrumbs than meat. We want to have more meat. That's why we add some shrimp to bolster that, along with all our delicious clams that we caught just a day ago. So now we have our breadcrumbs all nice and breaded up. Now for the fun part. We have our melted butter sauce. Doesn't that look delicious? So basically that's going to just help crisp the top, nice and crispy, and it's going to melt and just soak right through and be delicious on our clams. It's going to be mouth-watering and delicious. I will see you back here in just a few minutes. Now for our final step before these delicious clams go into the oven. We have our paprika. Just for topping, little flavor, but this is actually toasted paprika, which is a little bit different from regular paprika. It has more of a smoky flavor. And so that's what we're going for. And again, let's just have fun with it. Nothing special. It's all over the pan. That's just fantastic. And when you finish, you'll get a nice look at what we are looking at here. I know the angles are a little bit off, but they should make your mouth water nonetheless. And there we go. We have baked clams. These are going to the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes, and then we'll sit down and sample. Thank you, and see you in a few minutes. So, as our clams are baking, I figure I'd take this time to share with you one of our F's. Faith. Now, faith means a lot to me and my family because everything counts on faith. And Jesus Christ is the answer to all our problems. We have to put Jesus first in our lives. So we must have faith. Now, if you don't have a church home or you don't know the Lord like we know the Lord, I have a great idea. On August 20th, 2018, we're having our annual VBS, Vacation Bible School. So you can come on out at 9:30 and join us for a wonderful, wonderful, fun-filled week from August 20th to August 24th. That is our VBS. And during our VBS, it's fun and games, and the kids get to have a great time, and yours truly is responsible for all the games that they will be having. Now, remember, it's VBS at the Christian Curch of Bayside, and the address is 45-19 Francis Lewis Boulevard. Again, 45-15 Francis Lewis Boulevard, and that's in Bayside, Queens. Come on out, have a great day, get to know the Lord, get to know Jesus, get to enjoy one of our 4 F's, which is faith, and remember, all things, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And that's found in Philippians 4:13. Thank you, and I'll see you back here with some nice, fresh, hot baked clams. And we're back for our last and final segment. It's been about 30 minutes. Our delicious clams are finished. Here's the finished product. Okay. And now we shall sample. We'll take one of our little baby clams and let's give it another try and see what we have. So as you can see, nice chunky piece of clam in there, the delicious lemony flavor, nice garlic, everything's delicious. That secret spice coming through, but you can still taste that fresh, sweet clam flavor along with all that nice diced shrimp. Bon appetit. Until next time, at 4 F's, we'll be seeing you soon.